Welcome into our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week Coaches Conversations as we prepare for a boys matchup between Hanover and Axtell. First, we're going to talk with both girls coaches, though. First, with head coach of the Axtell Eagles, Brad Brocksterman. Coach, your team has been up and down here since the Twin Valley League tournament. How do you feel, though, your team is playing at this point in the year?
I think our girls are playing, pretty good basketball right now. Obviously, there's things we need to improve on that we work on every day. But as a whole, I think they're playing pretty good.
Now, your team this year playing a bunch of freshmen, up to 4 on the floor at any given moment. How is getting those players' experience this year hopefully transferred to learn the lessons later on in their career?
We've got 7 losses, and 5 of those 7 came down to the last possession. So you're learning. We've lost some tough ones, and we've won some tough ones. It's just, having that many girls with being freshmen, you're just going to have those mistakes. But all in all, I think that, we're starting to clean things up a little bit, and I think we're going to be fine.
Now I want to take you back a few weeks, Brad, that TVL tournament. Many of these players, we talked about those freshmen a moment ago, but they experienced the Twin Valley League for the first time. How did they handle that week over at Frankfort?
Well, it's a tough week, especially, as anybody will say, there's no easy out on every team in this league. So, I thought we played well, played really well, actually. It's just, that Centralia game, obviously, they're a different type of team. They've got, 7, 8, 9, 10 deep. But the Clifton Clyde game, I thought, we were, up 6 with a minute left. That'd be a big win for our program. But all in all, I thought they handled it pretty well.
Now, as the end of the season approaches, how important is it just to continue consistency and playing good ball at this point in the year?
It's huge. Every game, Buncie, Hanover, we've got to go and play good basketball. Like I was telling the girls, after that league tournament is, hopefully we didn't peak too soon. We got to keep climbing, get better, and peak at the right time. And I think we have. I think we've grown since the league tournament. So as long as we keep growing, don't look at the win-loss record. Just keep growing. We're going to be exactly where we want to be come sub-state.
Again, talking with Axtell Eagles girls head basketball coach Brad Brocksterman. Don't go anywhere, as our conversation with Hanover girls head basketball coach Chris Spikeman is right up next after this break.
To win in sports, you have to adapt your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of your investments. I'm Liz Warren, your Edward Jones financial advisor, and I can be your financial coach. We get to know you first, then figure out how to help you work towards your goals. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. Call 785-562-5533 today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Hi there, Chad Kramer here from Kramer Oil. Fuel costs for 2025 might be the last thing on your mind, but now's the perfect time to lock them in. As a family business, we take pride in delivering quality service you can count on. We've been here for you and will keep fueling your future. That's why we're offering a chance to secure your fuel rates for 2025. Don't wait. Call us at 785-562-2466 to book your fuel needs. Kramer Oil, fueling your future with confidence and a handshake you can trust.
Welcome back into our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week Coaches Conversation as we sit down now with head coach of the Hanover girls, Chris Beichman. Now, Chris, we're chatting with you before tonight's results. I want to take you back to the Valley Heights game from Tuesday night. You held a Mustangs team to 29 points. What impressed you the most about that contest in particular?
Really on the defensive end, we had a good focus on that end. Centrale did some things in that second half against us that didn't fit with us well afterwards. They got after us, made us rotate. We were a little weak in our rotations in our zone, so we really focused on that on Monday and went to work on the defensive end. And as a coach, I took it on myself to make sure we were staying engaged on their shooters. You know, and if we are engaged on the defensive end, it usually translates to the offense, getting some runouts and easy baskets. But, you know, Jordan has those girls playing well. They took that away from us. So on the offensive end, we had to go work against a 1-3-1 zone that kind of packed it in on us and made us think a little bit early. And then when our post caught it, they were right there with a double team. So they had to work on a kick out. So to see somebody switch it up on that is great, because at this time of the year, you got to be ready for anything.
Now, Chris, many of these girls on this team, and you yourself included, are not unfamiliar with a state tournament run. And you talked about the 1-3-1 zone that Valley Heights threw at you. How important, though, is it, though, to be able to see those things, react in a game, and quickly find a way to adapt? Because when you do get into a sub-state, hopefully a state run, teams will throw things at you that you haven't seen before.
It helps tremendously. Like, you know, start of the year, we've had a couple teams throwing a box and one on Anna or a triangle two on a couple of our girls. You know, to see our girls work through that. And then I think halfway through the first part of the season, we ran into a Quinter team that slapped a full court man on us and really made us work up the court. And it didn't really turn us over, but it sped us up enough. And I think some teams took that blueprint and ran with it a little bit and made their own adjustments on it, which is one of the hardest things, best things, and most frustrating things about this league. We got so many good coaches and good players that are able to adjust and take a coach's game plan and run with it so well. And it is tough on us every year, but every year I think the success our TVL girls have had in the last 4 or 5 years, it proves why. I mean, every night it's a battle. It doesn't matter who's on the front of that jersey. You got to bring it, or they're going to do something that you haven't seen this year, and it's going to throw you off, and then you're in trouble late in that game, and who knows how things are going to go in this league.
Again, talking with Hanover girls basketball head coach Chris Beichman as we prepare for a boys matchup between Hanover and Axtell. Up next on KNDY.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
Skip the drive. Come see us right here in Marysville, Kansas. At Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, you'll find the same honest sales experience backed by the same reliable service. With the same goals in mind, our Marysville location is sure to provide you with a satisfying vehicle experience. Find us on Facebook or stop in at 1122 Pony Express Highway today.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
Planning new construction? If it's an outbuilding, storage, home addition, or a new home, the pros at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber will help you put together everything you need from start to finish. They can help you with your design with recommendations and cost estimates, helping you find the right product at the right price. And it's delivered free for you when you're ready when you shop local. Everything you need for your dream home or a simple shed is at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber. Visit with them today.
At Sunflower Community Credit Union, we're proud to give back to our community through initiatives like Debit for a Difference, a program that provides local educators with grants for their classrooms, which helps them make a difference in our schools, along with Save at School, an innovative way for students to learn the value of saving money. Kids can open their very own savings account, making financial education fun and accessible. Join Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville and become part of a financial family committed to your success and the success of our community.
Warm up with preseason savings on New Holland utility tractors from Can Equip. Get 0% deals or cash back offers on PowerStar, T5, Workmaster Utility, and T6 models. These powerful, comfortable tractors deliver from 40 to 126 PTO horsepower. Warm up with preseason savings now at Can Equip in Marysville. Offers end March 31st. For commercial use only. Customer participation subject to credit qualification and CNH Industrial Capital America LLC approval. Standard terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. Down payment may be required.
Dr. Brittany here with Marysville Dental Care, where your family's health is our top priority. Dr. Zach, our team, and I are the family dental home you've always been looking for.
Our comprehensive dental care is designed to serve all of your dental needs. Whether it's a routine cleaning, braces, or cosmetic work, we provide the highest quality of care with a comfortable experience. Visit our office across from the Marysville Courthouse or go to marysvilledentalcare.com to schedule a visit.
Have the smile you've always wanted with our team by your side.
As always, a big thank you to head coach Brad Brockshman and head coach Chris Beichman for chatting with me. If you want to catch their conversations, you can find the full interviews online at kndyradio.com underneath the sports podcast tab. They were our Coach's Corners guests there last week. It's game time now for a boys contest between the 10-4 Hanover Wildcats and the 13-1 Axtell boys. Before we get into that, though, final numbers from the girls' game. If you're just joining us, Hanover wins in overtime, 43-38. It was a 22-16 lead for Hanover at halftime. Axtell outscores the Wildcats 12-6 in the third quarter. It was 7-all in the fourth, and Hanover outscores Axtell 8-3 in overtime to come away with the victory. The Wildcats' 18th straight win over Axtell as Axtell drops to 7-9. Hanover moves to 13-2. Final numbers from that game, Maggie Strothman, a big contest, 19 points, 12 in the first half for the freshman, 8 points for Caitlin Detweiler, 4 apiece from Natalie Strothman and Avery Brussing, and 2 from Ava Brockshman. As for Hanover, they were led by Hannah Juniman, 17 points, 8 from Leah Juniman, 7 from Nora Hyman, 5 from Drew Bruna, 4 from Trendy Schlabach, and 2 from Hannah Zarbanicki. Big storyline in the second half. Hanover goes 11 for 16 from the free throw line, while Axtell is only 4 for 6. Now we turn our attention to a boys contest. Again, a rematch of the Twin Valley League Tournament Championship back on January 25th. In that game, Axtell jumped out to a 25-10 lead in the first quarter and never looked back. Axtell was led by Colin Shaughnessy with 15 points, along with 15 from Logan Sandman, 14 from Brandon Schmelsley, 12 from Landon Schmitz, and 10 from Eli Brockshman. Tanner Bruna did all he could with his third straight 20-plus point game in that tournament as he finished with 22, but it wasn't enough. As again, Axtell gets the win over Hanover back on January 25th, 70-61. That was the 6th straight win for the Eagles over Hanover after Hanover won 6 straight over Axtell from 22-21. This is the 17th meeting in 6 years between these two teams, 3 apiece, and each of the last 4 seasons have all ended with these two teams meeting in the sub-state championship. Let's get a regular season matchup going here tonight. First starting lineups for the visiting Axtell Eagles, very similar. They'll go Landon Schmitz, the 5'10 junior, Wyatt Detweiler, the 5'9 sophomore, and Eli Brockshman, the 6' senior, out on the wings. Down low, it'll be Brandon Schmelsley, the 6'2 senior, and Logan Sandman, the 6'4 sophomore, and maybe one of the most improved players in this entire league this year. Axtell Eagles under head coach Jason Tynan are 13-1, 8-0 in league play. And we'll start Landon Schmitz, Wyatt Detweiler, Eli Brockshman, Brandon Schmelsley, and Logan Sandman. As for the home, Hanover Wildcats, again, a familiar starting lineup we've seen the back half of this season. Cooper Bruna, the 5'9 freshman, Kadrick Cohorse, the 5'8 sophomore, and Braylon Mine, the 6'2 junior, out on the wings, while down low it'll be Cameron Juniman, the 6'1 senior, and Garrett Martin, the 6'4 senior, for head coach Corey Jensen and his Wildcats, now 10-4 on the season, 7-1 in league play. Hanover will start Cooper Bruna, Kadrick Cohorse, Braylon Mine, Cameron Juniman, and Garrett Martin. Both of these teams coming off wins. Hanover picked up a 69-50 win over Valley Heights in that game. Braylon Mine led the way with 26 points, 15 from Tanner Bruna, who might be the best sixth man in the Twin Valley League this season. We'll call his name often in the boys' contest. As for Axtell, they're coming off a 65-44 win versus Wabaunsee. We mentioned Logan Sandman. He had 26 points in that contest. Axtell hasn't lost since December 30th versus Auburn of Nebraska. Hanover's last loss versus Axtell back on January 25th. It'll be Sandman. It'll be Martin in the jump circle. And we're off for a boys contest. First tip is going to be won by Axtell in the road blues. White Axtell on the chest. White numbers on the front and back. Hanover in the home white with cursive Wildcats on the chest. Blue numbers front and back. Axtell works right to left here as we look at it on the south side of this gym. Hanover comes down to 2-3 defense. Axtell, this first possession, a very deliberate team here on the season. Offense has been a stalwart at 62 points per game. Defense, though, very impressive as well at 40 points per game. Axtell offensively north of 60 as well. Defensively, though, allowing the most points in 2 years, 52 a game, as Eli Brocksterman's first three is going to be off the back of the iron and a miss. Possession arrow over to the Hanover Wildcats. Again, a lot of familiarities between these two teams and these two coaches. Fifth year for head coach Corey Jensen, of course, the state championship in his first year, second and third place finish from them. As for Jason Tynan, the 10th year for the Axtell. Cadrick Cohorst misses on one end. Landon Schmitz does the other offensively for Axtell. Of course, Axtell boys coming off a third-place finish at the tournament last year, 2 years ago, and a big three from Balin Mine as he mean mugs the Hanover bench. It's an early 3-0 lead for Hanover. And the Wildcats crowd is into it here on the home side. Eli Brocksterman straightaway three. He misses. Mine, a big rebound over Brandon Schmelsley. Back come the Wildcats, leading 3-0 here early on in this first quarter on a Braylon Mine triple. Again, the last time these two teams met up, Axtell jumped out to a 25-10 lead at the end of the first quarter as Mine misses the triple, goes out of bounds back to Axtell. But that was the story of the tournament, was the quick starts for this Axtell Eagles team. They jumped down Centralia's throat in semifinal action, winning that one 46-31 before jumping all over Hanover in the championship. Hanover did go on to outscore Axtell in the second and fourth quarters of that contest, but again, fell by 9. Here early on, 3-0 score as Colin Shaughnessy checks into the game. He tries to bounce it to Brandon Schmelsley, and I believe Cooper Bruna is going to get tagged for the foul. Bruna, only a freshman, out there playing big minutes for head coach Corey Jensen and his squad. Picks up the first personal, first team on either side. Shaughnessy walks into a three. No, not that one. As offensive rebound, Logan Sandman working. This is the bunny, and it'll go out of bounds back over to Hanover as they escape 2 shots from the Eagles. Shaughnessy had a big game against Wabaunsee, 15 points. I can only guess most of those were from the free throw line. Here's an Axtell defense that'll turn it up, and they're looking to speed up Hanover, though broken by Cadrick Cohorst at the other end. Garrett Martin is going to get fouled by Logan Sandman, who got caught with a little cement in his feet. Picks up the first personal foul, does Sandman, and Garrett Martin to the line for 2 free throws. Martin so far on the season right at a 50% free throw shooter. Tall righty, deep knee bend, drops down the first personal foul. Second one upcoming here for Martin. Righty up and pure. He's 2 for 2 here to start this game, and it's a quick 5-0 lead for Hanover to start this ball game. 2-3 defense for Hanover. Axtell will go 3 out, 2 in around Schmelsley and Sandman. Brandon and Logan have worked really well here this season. There's Brandon topside. Bad pass from Landon Schmitz to Brandon Schmelsley. Another Eagles turnover. Here comes Hanover topside. Braylon Mine 3. A big triple for Braylon Mine. And Jason Tynan takes an early 30-second timeout. We'll take one with him. Early first quarter action. Hanover leads 8-0.
In your bustling lives, we're constantly on the move from hectic commutes to family outings. Blue Valley Insurance offers comprehensive auto coverage to keep you safe on every journey. Whether you're heading to work or driving your kids to practice, we've got you covered. Visit us at convenient locations in Lynn, Greenleaf, Hanover, or Marysville for personalized auto insurance solutions tailored to your needs. Drive with peace of mind knowing you're protected by Blue Valley Insurance.
A lot of fire here from this Hanover team to start out this first quarter, and what you needed to see in a responsitory game against one of the best teams in the state. These are two of the best teams in the state of Kansas, according to the Kansas Association of Coaches polls. Axtell, the second-ranked team in Class 1A Division II, while Hanover is the fifth, I believe, at last check. Wyatt Detweiler fires up a three. That's an air ball, but inside Logan Sandman will get the offensive board and draw a foul. Personal foul inside will go on Braylon Mine. That's his first, team second for Hanover. Axtell, an offensive team. Both of these offensive teams, both averaging over 60 points per game on the season here early on. Hanover's defense has been extraordinary. They about forced another turnover on Axtell, but it'll stay with the Eagles. 8-0 early on the first quarter score. Then Braylon Mine, 2 triples, 2 Garrett Martin free throws. Brandon Schmelsley, a lot of hands all over him, turns this ball over as he was looking for Wyatt Detweiler in the quarter. Second turnover here for Axtell, as the Eagles will stay straight man-to-man pressure here on Hanover all night. We'll see how long Hanover can outlast this Eagles team. Of course, the history on the football gridiron for Axtell, they're just as physical and wear you down offensively as well. But here's Patriot Cohorst, who just keeps his dribble alive 90 feet down the court as he was ridden by Wyatt Detweiler. It's a 10-0 lead for Hanover. 3-ball Colin Shaughnessy is a miss. Offensive board Brandon Schmelsley, though. Eagles will reset here with Detweiler up top. 2 down low. Sandman has it knocked away from Mine. Turnover off and running. Cohorst trip. Ball on the ground. Taken by Axtell. Now Broxman has trouble with it, and it's finally taken away by the Eagles. Quickly up the court. Here comes Axtell. Shaughnessy, Detweiler, corner 3. That one's off, no good. Brandon Schmelsley, a grown man, rebound down low. And now here comes Tanner Bruna as Cameron Juneman picks up that personal foul. That'll be the first on Cameron. We mentioned here comes Tanner Bruna, second leading scorer for this Wildcats team on the season. Actually third at 11.2. Garrett Martin at 11.7. Not looking for offense, though. Looking for defense here from the Wildcats. Axtell looking for offense, still scoreless. Can Eli break it? He will. A right corner triple for Eli Brocksterman. Breaks open the scoring drought for Axtell. Other end, Cooper Bruna pick up the phone. A big triple from Cooper Bruna at the other end as the answer is good. Right back to a 10-point lead for Hanover. Eli feeling it. Left wing 3, no good. And now Logan Sandman will pick up a second personal foul here in this first quarter. We saw last week with Duke Timmel of Centralia, the big for the Panther, just couldn't stay out of foul trouble here against Hanover. And now Size will go to the bench for head coach Jason Tynan and his squad. Landon Smith will check back in for Logan Sandman. Brandon Schmelsley will now move to the 5. 4-guard rotation here for the Eagles. Cohorst backs down Detweiler as it's thrown outside. Mine somehow ends up back with it inside, but a travel will be called on Braylon Mine. Bothered a little bit inside by the defense of Schmelsley and Brocksterman. Axtell here early on, 1-4-5 from behind the arc. They're only 1 for 7 from the floor. We saw it from the Hanover girls in the first quarter. Now it's the Axtell boys' turn to start off cold in this gym. Colin Shaughnessy, left wing 3 off the skip from Brandon Schmelsley is down. Colin Shaughnessy, his first triple. It's all 3 balls. It's 13-6. Full court pressure by the Eagles. Good job again by Cooper Bruna to get out of the pressure. from Eli Brocksterman. Little dribble handoff left side between Mine and Burnham. Ends up back in the hands of Braylon in the far left corner. Braylon trying to back down the small Detweiler. Braylon all the way inside. A little give off to Garrett Martin, and a 3-second call will be called on Garrett Martin as he claps his hands in frustration. Just too long down there in the paint. Had a shot right away if he would have turned around and put it up, but continued to work the offense and forced the Wildcats into a turnover. Brandon Schnelsley passes miscommunicated between Colin Shaughnessy and Schnelsley. A fourth turnover for Axtell in this quarter. Pedro Cohorse just wings it out to Braylon Mine, top of the key. Now Tanner Bruna, left wing, will set it up. Picking on wide, Detweiler on the Wildcats so far here tonight as Tanner will look to take wide off the dribble. Tanner inside the lane. Beautiful bounce pass to Garrett Martin, who wraps it around for two on the beautiful assist from Tanner Bruna. And a position that Bruna has got so much more comfortable in this season is that assist. Instead of putting it up amongst the trees, just handed it off. Now here's an errant pass taken in by Brandon Schnelsley, and it'll stay in the hands of the Eagles. Hanover fans cheering on the defense. Inside Eli Brocksterman, give and go with Brandon Schnelsley, and there's Brandon's first bucket of the night off the assist from cousin Eli. 15-8 now, 50 seconds left in this first quarter. Offense is picked up here at the back half of the final 8. Now Cohorse and Mine get caught up on left wing, and a timeout will have to be called by Corey Jensen to save the possession. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Hanover leads 15-8.
Axtell Truss has the experience to provide custom-built trusses for any application. Put them to work with your next project. Let them help design the right pitch, length, and number of trusses to suit your needs. They can turn out more complicated designs and configurations as well. All are solidly built in their enclosed shop with roll-off delivery to your site available. They also assure the best materials and quality construction, completed on your schedule. Call today for a quote or more information at 785-736-2291. That's Axtell Truss.
A stark difference from the last time these two teams met up. It was 25-10 in favor of Axtell the last time these two teams met. Here in the first quarter, it's 15-8 Hanover as they have come out with the first punch in this first quarter and look to close out the first 8 minutes on a high note. Braylon Mine will dance his way across the timeline with 30 seconds left. Cooper Bruna looks to dribble drive against Eli Brocksterman. Inside kicks out Cadrick Cohorse. A three is bottom from Cadrick Cohorse. A fourth triple for Hanover in this quarter. It is back to a 10-point lead for the Wildcats. Left side, Wyatt Detweiler into the hands of Landon Schmitz in the corner. Schmidt's tip pass is taken by Cooper Bruna. Eagles uncharacteristically turning it over, kicks it to Mine with 3 on the clock. Braylon Mine, a buzzer-beating triple as Hanover controls the first 8 minutes. They lead 21-8 over Axtell on our boys edition of the Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. We'll be back in 60 seconds with second quarter action here from Hanover, the home of the Wildcats.
From the ground up, Midwest Products Hanover can assist with concrete drives, parking, walks, entries, foundations, and support walls. Quality people help produce quality products, and you can rely on their crews for a job done right. Concrete plants at Hanover, Washington, and Clay Center. Midwest Products also haul rock, sand, and gravel. They have a crane for rent and can assist with site preparation. Start your next job with a call for a quote today from Midwest Products at Hanover.
Western National Bank in Summerfield wants you to feel good about where you are with your money. Available when you need them and offering online and personal services, Western National Bank will make sure to keep you and your money happy. Call Western National Bank at 244-6211 to make your money smile. Member FDIC.
a 21-8 lead for the Hanover boys over Axtell through the first 8 minutes, shooting well in favor of the Wildcats, as Hanover from the floor went 7 for 9, 5 for 6 from behind the three-point arc. Braylon Mine with 3 triples, including a triple right to end that first quarter buzzer, as the Hanover Wildcats up 21-8. Good motion inside, off of the head of Colin Shaughnessy, and turnovers for Axtell. The 6th now here in this game. They only comped it up 11 times the last time these two teams met. Scoring leaders in that first quarter, Braylon Mine with 9, 5 for Cager Cohorse, 4 for Garrett Martin, 3 for Cooper Bruna. For Axtell, 3 apiece, Eli Brockschman and Colin Shaughnessy, as they hit 2 of 7 triples for the Eagles, and Brandon Schmelsley with a lone deuce inside. Starting second quarter, Cager Cohorse, Hunter Keycafer, Tanner Bruna, Cameron Juniman, and Braylon Mine. Here's Tanner, a nice spin move against Colin Shaughnessy, and Tanner drops it in for his first bucket. It's been all Hanover here in this one, and really forcing it here defensively as Eli about turns it over but regains it. Colin at the free throw line against this 2-3 zone. Kicks it out Eli. 3 from the left corner is down for Eli Brocksterman. A second triple. Let's see if the 3 balls can keep the Eagles in this contest. It was really inside early in this game, and now a foul will be called by Landon Schmitz out top. Got a piece of Braylon Mine. First personal foul on Schmitz. First team on Axtell. No real foul trouble except for Logan Sandman. The big man for Axtell has changed this game plan for head coach Jason Tynan. Logan picked up 2 early fouls before the 5-minute mark in the first quarter and has had the set. For Hanover, it hasn't mattered. Their offense is clicking. Tanner fires up a 3 but misses that one straight on. Eli Brocksterman at the other end misses that 3 ball off the left wing. Quick trigger for Eli, but that's what he does. 5 triples already for the senior attempted in this contest. Screen and roll up top, and now a second foul will be called on Tanner Bruna for not being set on a screen. He's trying to get the explanation from the referee on the far side. Gets it, is sufficient with it, and will stay on the court. 12-point lead for Hanover, 23-11. 6 minutes left to play. Second quarter action. Coming up here at halftime, we'll look at girls' scores elsewhere around the Twin Valley League. Colin Shaughnessy off the pump fake. Gets that one going with the dribble drive pull up from just inside the arc. 5 points now for Colin. Braylon Mine back the other way. And a foul call will go against Landon Schmitz. So now Landon with 2 and Logan with 2, as free throws will be upcoming for Braylon Mine. Mine leading the scorer on this team so far in the year for Hanover at 16 points per game. He hits the first free throw. That's coming off a big game versus Valley Heights, where he dropped in a game-high 26 points against the Mustangs on Tuesday night. Looking to continue it here as he's already in double digits with 10. Second free throw is up from Braylon. Make it 11 as he's filling himself from the floor. 3 for 4 from behind the arc, 2 for 2 from the stripe. He leads all scores with 11. Back up to a 12-point lead as Hanover extends their defense well outside the 3-point line. Brandon Schmelsley bumps with Hunter Keycafer inside. Colin Shaughnessy pump fakes on a 3, now turns it right back over. This is intended for Landon Schmitz. Schmitz miscommunication. Cohorse gives to Cameron Juniman inside, and a beautiful pass. Pedrick Cohorse just makes this Hanover team run. Been a different team since he was able to step into the starting role, and there saw the eyes. 3rd or 4th time tonight, he's dribbled all the way left baseline underneath the basket and just waited for a cutter middle of the floor. He is Eli all the way along the baseline. He's going to kick it out. Schmelsley out top. Look to get this defense going. Eli Brocksterman at 3. That's off from the word go. It's going to go off the hands of Braylon Mine and will stay, though, with Axtell. Here comes Logan Sandman, and before that, we're going to get a timeout called by head coach Jason Tynan. We'll take it with them. 4:55 left to play before half. Hanover in the lead, 27-13.
For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer. Since 1947, the staff at Bruna Implement Company works daily to provide the best parts and service when you need it, always dedicated to their customers. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations, and they know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. With locations in Marysville, Washington, Clay Center, Seneca, Hiawatha, and Humboldt, Nebraska. Stop by or give them a call today.
Max Plasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5, our second to last Marysville Dental Care game of the week for the high school basketball season. We will be at the home of the Mustangs, Valley Heights, in between Blue Rapids and Waterville. And next Friday, as it'll be a Marshall County matchup between Frankfort and Valley Heights. Girls action will tip at 6 o'clock with boys to follow as we round out our regular season coverage. But, of course, stay tuned to KNDY as sub-state quarterfinals start off February 24th and 25th. Sub-state is March 3rd before, hopefully, we see a few Twin Valley League teams make a state run March 12th through the 15th. And KNDY is your home, as always, for Twin Valley League sports coverage. Early on, it's an all Hanover 27-13. Again, Axtell scored 25 points in the first quarter the last time these two teams met. They are now at 13 here, about halfway through the second quarter. Head coach Jason Tynan is going to run the risk of throwing Logan Sandman out there, the big 6'4" post, who has been a revelation this year for the Eagles, out there with 2 personal fouls. And now head coach Corey Jensen has to worry about fouls on his side. Braylon Line now with 2. He has 11 of Hanover's 27 here in this first half. He'll stay out here, though, but we'll have a foul down low. Who's this going to go on? Ball was being reversed out top. It'll go on Garrett Martin for the Wildcats. Martin's first personal foul. Hanover kept Garrett in check last time offensively, 7 points. Again, Tanner Brune had 22 last time these two teams met. You keep thinking, well, why do you keep mentioning that? Well, it's the TVL Tournament Championship game. 2 of the best teams in the TVL squared off, and they're meeting here in the regular season. Couldn't ask for a much better contest. Girls' contest was a great one. Went into overtime. Hanover gets the win. Offensively, let's see if this will get Axtell going. Eli Brockshman along the right baseline from the short corner puts it in off the dribble. Back to a 12-point lead for Hanover. Braylon Mine screen and roll with Hunter Kiefer looking for some help. Kicks it out by the half-court line for Hunter. Hunter cross-court skip pass. Kadrick in left corner now in the hands of Mine. Mine fires up a 3 and blows it down. Eli Brockshman looks at the bench like, what can I do? Braylon Mine is throwing it in an ocean here tonight. He is 4 for 5 from behind the arc. Here's Logan Sandman right to the rim. And let's see if that'll quiet this Hanover offense. And one opportunity for Logan. And the first free throws coming for Hanover, or for Axtell, in this ball game. The Eagles shot 15 the last time these two teams met. They did only put up 3 in the first half, as that foul will go on Garrett Martin, his second. Martin rips down the defensive board on the missed free throw from Sandman. Hunter Kike for 3. He buries it. A huge 3 for an emotional player, and Hunter Kike for a big triple on that one. It's back to a 33-17-point lead here for Hanover. In Hanover's losses this season, 3 early on in the year, and then the loan to Axtell. Eli Brockshman left baseline, tips this one, but taken away by Braylon Mine. Wildcats off and running. Mine through the lane, but blocked by Logan Sandman. Good rejection there by the sophomore. But this Hanover team has been tested. They started off the season with Thayer Central, Nemaha Central, and Concordia, all teams ranked in their respective classes. Thayer in Nebraska, Nemaha Central, and Concordia here in Kansas. Corey Jensen wants a timeout, 2:54 before half. We'll take it with them. 30-second break. We're back after this.
If your vehicle is looking like it just went through a money rally race, or perhaps it's been target practice for the neighborhood bird gang, then you need to get your car washed today at the Axtell Car Wash. The Axtell Car Wash has 2 enclosed self-service bays, even one size for semi-tractors. Just pull in, pay with your bank card, and wash all the dirt, mud, bugs, and bird stuff off your vehicles. You don't have to drive far to get a clean car. Just visit the Axtell Car Wash, proud supporter of the Axtell Eagles.
At Hanover Hospital and Clinic, we put the care back into healthcare. We believe that your health is more than just treating the symptoms. It is about building relationships and providing support in our community. We are excited to introduce our newest physician, Dr. Tyler Shriver, who is now seeing patients and providing top-notch compassionate care. Our team of providers are dedicated to providing personalized care to each and every patient we see. Come see Dr. Shriver and experience the difference that compassionate care can make in your healthcare journey. Schedule an appointment today at Hanover Hospital and Clinic by calling 785-337-2214.
Had a runaway break there. Apologies on that. Missed a 3 ball by Hanover, and then a putback by Brandon Schmelsley. Turnover, though. Wildcats back on their offensive possession. Back to a 12-point game. Hanover has held this comfortable. I don't want to call it comfortable by any means, but a solid 10-point advantage most of this first quarter or first half. They jumped out to a 21-8 lead at the end of the first quarter. Colin Shaughnessy fires up a 3. Now a foul down low. I believe it'll go on Cameron Juniman. And it will be the second now on Cameron as he was fighting with Brandon Schmelsley down low. And now free throws for Axtell the rest of the way. Final 2:05. Eagles will be shooting now from the line, and Brandon will have his first cracks at the stripe here tonight. Again, foul trouble now for Hanover. Braylon Martin, Cameron Juniman, and Garrett Martin all have 2 fouls. Logan Sandman and Landon Schmitz for Axtell, they also have 2. Schmelsley knocks down the first personal. Second one upcoming for Brandon, high off the toes. No, good defensive board there by Garrett Martin. 2 minutes left to play before halftime. Coming up at half, we'll take a recap of this first half. We'll again go over the girls' contest. If you're just joining us, an overtime win for the Hanover girls, as well as take a look at scores courtesy of Jeff Wirtz and the TVL Sports Spotlight. Cooper Bruna works his way inside. A lot of contact, and a foul will be called. Cooper Bruna to the line. Who's that go on? Oh, that's going to go on Logan Sandman. Now the third for the sophomore, and we're going to see Dalton Heinen come out here in the second quarter. Cooper Bruna at the stripe, 1 for 1 from the floor earlier in this game. That one was a triple, misses the first free throw, though. 4 points in the game last time these two teams met. Logan Salmon, Wyatt Detweiler to the bench. Into the contest will come Dalton Heinen, the 6'2 senior, and back out there, Landon Schmidt. 14-point lead here for Hanover. Colin Shaughnessy top side. Let's see if the Eagles can figure out this 2-3 defense that Corey Jensen worked up here today. So far, Axtell has had no such luck. All from behind the arc as Colin Shaughnessy fires up a wild 3 that hit nothing but backboard. As Alcadra Cohorse has to come all the way to half court to get the ball. Garrett Martin loses it out of bounds and back over to Axtell as Corey Jensen wants that foul. This is a physical game, too, as well. It always is when these two teams meet up. Again, the top 2 teams in the Twin Valley League standings going into tonight. Axtell sets at 1 at 8-0. Hanover at second with 7-2. So Hanover trying to hand Axtell their first league loss of this year. Landon Schmitz misses inside, but an offensive board, and now free throws coming for Colin Shaughnessy. Schmitz did a good job to get his own offensive rebound, had an opportunity to put it back up. We saw Colin cutting to the board. And let's see if Colin can knock down some free throws first try here tonight, as he will sink it down. Hunter Kiekefer will get Cameron Juniman, who was whistled for that foul. So that's a third on Cameron. He's done here for the rest of this half. Final 59 seconds for all it counts. Righty puts it up. No, Shaughnessy goes 1 for 2 from the strike. Final 55 seconds here. Hanover 13-point advantage. They've led this entire way. Hunter Kike for trouble with it, throws it into Brandon Schmelsley. Now Schmelsley has trouble with it, somehow regains it to Dalton Heinen, who misses the layup, and board pulled down by Hanover. Axtell forced the Wildcat turnover, and then Heinen couldn't finish off the hot pass from Schmelsley. Now a turnover forces Shaughnessy gets a hand on it at the other end. Colin Shaughnessy up and down 4-2. Full court pressure still here by Axtell. Has turned it up here the last couple times. Head coach Corey Jensen getting all his money's worth with the refs before official finally has to tell him to take a little bit of a break. 20 seconds left in this half. Getting chippy here late. Cager Cohorse topside guarded by Colin Shaughnessy. Garrett Martin finishes at the rim on the good little dump off from Cohorse. 6 points now for Garrett. 13-point lead back for Hanover. 5 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Does Brandon realize it? It's kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with Axtell with 1.3 on the shot clock. But what a defensive half here by Hanover. We'll recap here at the end of this. Eli Brockstrom at the buzzer. No from Eli. And through 16 minutes of play, this one is all Hanover. 36-23 is your halftime score. Eagles did start scoring in that second quarter, but Hanover jumped out to the early 21-8 lead, and they have not trailed yet in this ball game. Again, your halftime score, Hanover leading 36-23. We'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
Landall Company in Marysville is now hiring for various positions. Excellent pay, growth potential, and outstanding benefits that include annual wage reviews, incentive bonus with 60% of profits given back to employees, attendance bonus, comprehensive insurance plan with $500 deductible, paid time off, paid holidays, 401k, and much more. Apply online at landall.com or phone 785-562-5381. EEO Vets and Disability welcome.
Sapp Brothers Petroleum works hard to be there for you when it matters most. Their goal is simple: to be your number one source of propane, lubricants, and extreme premium diesel fuel. And they'll reach that goal by treating you like family and giving you service that makes you want to come back. Proudly serving Kansas with locations in Blue Rapids and Hanover, Sapp Brothers thanks all of their current customers. If you're not a current customer, call the winning team at Sapp Brothers locations in Blue Rapids and Hanover today for all of your propane and fuel needs.
Make every job easier with one stop at Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber. For any project inside or out, if you're a professional or do-it-yourselfer, get the tools you need, including Milwaukee, DeWalt, Stanley, and more. Battery-operated tools offer the convenience and mobility with the power to get the job done quickly every time. Stocked with all the blades, bits, and accessories for your convenience as well. Check out the power tools selection today and get the work started on your schedule with Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM at 95.5. Online at KNDYradio.com. Also in that free KNDY mobile app. If you haven't already downloaded that, go over to either the Google Store or Apple Store and download that. Take it KNDY wherever you are. Got a little severe weather maybe coming up next week. So, of course, keep KNDY informed. We can get your closings and cancellations on the air for you, too, as well. At halftime of our boys contest, it is 36-23. It's been all Hanover in this one, and a very balanced scoring attack, too, as well, that's led by Braylon Mine. He leads all scorers now with 14 points. He had 9 of them in the first quarter, but efficient here for Braylon so far. He is 4 for 5 from behind the three-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Only 1 miss so far tonight, and a big change compared to the last time these two teams met. Again, they met on December 25th in the TBL championship game, Axtell jumped out to a 25-10 lead over Hanover. Almost the exact opposite in this one. Hanover jumped out to a 21-8 lead, thanks in part by those 3 balls by Mine. Continuing the thought with a balanced offensive attack for Hanover, Mine ended up the first half with 14 points, 6 for Garrett Martin as he is perfect from the floor and the free throw stripe. 5 points for Kadrick Cohorse, 3 for Cooper Bruna and Hunter Kike, and 2 points apiece for Cameron Juneman and Tanner Bruna. Hanover goes 4 for 6 from the free throw line in that first half. They turn it over 7 times too as well. Now for the Axtell Eagles. Oh, one last stat for Hanover. Let me give it to you here real quick. Hanover, according to my stats, has only missed 2 shots from the floor all night. They are now 12 for 16. No, 4 shots, 2 shots a quarter. 12 for 16 from the floor as Hanover shooting lights out here on their own home rims. As for the Axtell Eagles, it was a better second quarter than it was first. They scored 15 points compared to 8. But again, this team trails at halftime 36-23, leading scorer for Axtell. Both Colin Shaughnessy and Eli Brockschman have 8 points apiece, 5 points for Brandon Schmelsley, and 2 for Logan Sandman. Again, Logan did not play almost at all in that first quarter due to foul trouble, so never really was able to get him going. We'll look to see if that changes around in the second half. Axtell was 2 for 5 from the free throw stripe. They turned it over 8 times in that first half as Axtell shoots it for 2 for 7 from behind the 3-point line in that first quarter. They end up in the first half going 9 for 22 from the floor overall, only shooting 40% here as this Hanover defense, who I questioned a little bit coming into this game, they give up 25 or 50 points per game, and Axtell is right there, but they have scored it at a clip that the Eagles can't even keep up with. Now Hanover setting at 36 a contest. We're going to take one more timeout here at half. When we come back, we'll take a look at score updates around the Twin Valley League and North Central Kansas League action as there's more high school basketball going on over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM at 94.1, as Bruce Deerking has the call as the Rock Creek Mustangs have made the trip up to Marysville to visit the Bulldogs. We'll take one more timeout. Again, second half action coming up when we come back here on KNDY.
Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance, providing high-quality coverage and service, all at a competitive premium cost. Since 1888, Bremen Farmers Mutual has offered homeowner, farm owner, business owner, fire, and inland marine coverage. Dependable and affordable. See your local agent representing Bremen Farmers Mutual Insurance. Learn more about the various insurance products offered by going online at bfmic.com.
When agricultural conservation work is needed on your farm, call Barry Bussing with Bussing Construction in Axtell, offering dozer services on terrace and waterways. Improve the value and resourcefulness of your farmland. Contact Barry Bussing today at 785-799-5205 for conservation work that'll build better practices for the future. That's Bussing Construction of Axtell, 785-799-5205.
See Andy Bruna at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover for a full line of your everyday hardware needs and all the building supplies you'll need to get the job done right. Just about anything you might need around the farm or home is found at Andy's, and always fast, friendly service when you need it. It just makes good sense to shop at Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover, Kansas. Apply out Wildcat Booster. That's Andy's Hardware and Lumber in Hanover.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5, also on the BVTV Channel 3 if you're catching us there. Big appreciation to the folks over at Blue Valley Technologies for allowing us to be on broadcast here this season. In a halftime of our boys contest, it's 36-23. Hanover has handled Axtell so far in this first quarter. Score updates from around the Twin Valley League first and girls action. If you're just joining us, you missed a doozy in Hanover and Axtell in the girls game. It was 35-all going into overtime. Hanover outscores Axtell 8-3, though, in that overtime, as Anna Juneman has 4 big free throws, leads the way with 17 points as the Hanover girls come away with a 43-38 overtime victory. Elsewhere around the league, another overtime game in a huge girls' league matchup. Clifton Clyde defeats Donovan West in overtime, 57-51. That Clifton Clyde team, led by Shea Wirtz, has been absolutely exceptional here this season. Elsewhere around the Twin Valley League, Blue Valley girls defeat Frankfort 42-27. Had a chance to see Frankfort on Tuesday. That's going to be a team that'll be good next year. This year, after a state championship, the first in school history, rough going of it for head coach Brian Eppert and his squad. Other girls action around the area, Valley Heights beats Chapman 49-35. Centralia handles Onega 65-35. Over on our sister station, AM 1570, FM 94.1, Marysville girls took a lead into the fourth quarter, but fall 52-43 to Rock Creek. Elsewhere, top-ranked Clay Center gets a win over Abilene. And Wamego wins over Concordia there on other area scores from around the listening area. Second half action getting ready here, final 16 minutes of this one. Again, an important one here, not only for league standings, as right now Axtell sets on the top with an 8-0 league record. Hanover right behind them at 7-1, but very important for regional standings too, as well as going into tonight's action in the Tesket bracket. The top 4 teams get a bye. Right now, Logan Palco is undefeated, the number 1 seed in that bracket. Axtell at 13-1, Beloit St. John's Tipton, a state-ranked team at 11-4, and Hanover at 10-4, just sitting right there on the cusp of that first-round bye. Just to give you a little mark, Logan Palco, St. John's Tipton, Hanover, and Axtell are all ranked inside the top 10 KBCA. Here's what a top 10 team does. Comes out and hits a 3 right out of the quarter break. Eli Brockshman now in double figures with 11 points. Cuts this to a 10-point game. Again, Hanover has led this entire way. They jumped out 21-8 and punched Axtell in the mouth to start this game. Let's see what the third quarter brings. Here's a pass to Stowhorse trying to fit it through the arms of the Axtell defense. Will do no good. Leads to a Hanover turnover. Now Landon Smith puts it on the deck, and Braylon Mine comes out of there with it. Same starters for both sides. Braylon Mine, Cameron Juneman, Cooper Bruna, Garrett Martin, and Kadrick Stowhorse. As Cooper Bruna drops in a triple. He's 2 for 2 from behind the arc, and it's back up to a 13-point lead for Hanover. Starting second half for the Eagles, Eli Brockshman, Brandon Smelsley, Landon Schmitz, Wyatt Detweiler, and Logan Sandman. Inside, Detweiler tries to force it into Schmitz at the high post. Now Eli drives baseline, a little floater from the block is up and down for Eli Brockshman. He starts off with all 5 now for the Eagles. Full court man-to-man pressure. We'll switch ends. Hanover works right to left as we see it. Braylon Mine top side had a very good first quarter. Landon Schmitz will draw that possession, and we had a travel called by one side. Now a jump ball, I believe, will get called here near side official. So jump ball, possession arrow will stay with the Wildcats. Again, Braylon had a good first quarter, led all scores with 14 points. He was 4 for 5 from behind the arc, including a buzzer beater 3 at the end of the first quarter. Here he is with the ball, guarded tightly by Landon Schmitz. Man-to-man defense here for the Eagles. Cameron Juneman works his way inside. Now he travels with it. So turnover happy here to start the second half for both teams. 2 now on Hanover, 1 on Axtell. Again, these two teams have history. This is the 17th meeting in 6 years between Hanover and Axtell. Each of the last 4, they've met in a sub-state championship game. 3-ball up and down for Eli Brocksterman right in front of his Axtell bench. Eli comes out here second half hot, all 8 points for Axtell as it's down to a single-digit game. Now a foul will be called on Eli as Cooper Bruna, the savvy freshman guard, picks up the personal foul. Again, was very impressed with Cooper with this play at the Twin Valley League Tournament. Bright future ahead for Corey Jensen and a starting point guard here for the next 4 years in this league. Cager Cohorse to Cooper around the horn. Cameron Juniman right corner. Trying to work it inside. Now kicks it left side Cooper. Looking for some help. Guarded tightly man-to-man defense. Good defense here by Axtell. Down to a single-digit deficit. 8-point advantage for Hanover. Cameron Juniman inside the lane. Now kicks it out. 4 out, 1 out. 4 out, 1 in action around Garrett Martin here for Hanover. Good defensive possession for the Eagles as it keeps going. Shot inside will be scooped from Bruna. And now a jump ball will be called on the rebound. The 5'9" Wyatt Detweiler jumps it up with the 6'4" Garrett Martin. And it will go over to the Eagles. Landon Schmitz will get checked out for Colin Shaughnessy. Again, Shaughnessy, a good game last time out versus Wabaunsee, 15 points. One name we haven't called, though, for Hanover, Tanner Bruna. Only 2 points in that first half. Third leading scorer just by half a point on this team. He had 15 versus Valley Heights. Yet to call his name here in the second half as well. Good defense here by the Wildcats as Axtell can't find anything. Ends up in the hands of Wyatt Detweiler, a 3. And here's the 3 balls for the Eagles. Drops it down. Wyatt, his first one here at the other end. A pretty assist from Braylon Mine to Garrett Martin. And Martin drops it down right at the front of the rim. Back the other way. Logan Sandman against Martin. Inside to a cutting Colin Shaughnessy. And here's some offensive firepower starting to take place. Both teams love to get points off of assists, and the last 2 buckets back on each side has done it just that way. Inside charge on Cager Cohorse. Colin Shaughnessy was set there, picked it up on Cohorse. That's his first personal, first for Hanover. Coach Jensen does not like that call, but it'll go against his Wildcats. Cooper Bruna to the bench along with Cameron Juniman and Hunter Keycaper, who had a good first half with a big triple. Gets out there with Tanner Bruna. 2-3 defense for the Wildcats as we've seen all night. It is a 5-point lead. 3-ball Eli high off the rim and off the back and out of bounds. Eli wanted that one to drop down, but it won't. Again, a 13-point lead for Hanover at half has now been erased to just 5 by a high-powered Eagles offense. Cager Cohorse will get bodied, no foul call. Tanner Bruna strong inside. Now we'll get the foul called on Eli Brocksterman. Eli's now second personal foul. No, we're actually going to throw that one on Colin Shaughnessy. So his first personal. Wildcats working inside. Tanner Bruna top side will get this possession started off here. 3-ball Braylon Mine left corner. No, not that one. Big board Eli Brocksterman. Brocksterman off and running at Brandon. Eli will take it 2-on-3 off the glass and put back by Logan Sandman. Eli Brocksterman just forced the issue right into the chest of the Hanover defense, and now it's a 3-point game. A lot of contact outside now as the guards for Axtell have been getting very physical with the guards for Hanover. This one will go on Brandon Schmelsley, his first personal. Three-point advantage still for Hanover. Axtell's fought all the way back, though. High post action here. Garrett Martin, left block. Guarded tightly by Logan Sandman with 3 fouls. Have to be careful here. Talks on the screen. Tatrick inside shot. Short pulled out of there by Sandman. Here come the Eagles. Axtell can tie, but they turn it over. Good hands by Hunter Keycaper to force that Eagle turnover. Now Tanner Bruin across the timeline, working right to left, into the chest of Logan Sandman. Gets Sandman to jump, and a good spinner there by Tanner Bruin as he spun right back into the middle off the pump fake. Dropped it in for his second bucket. Lead back up to 5 for the Wildcats. 4 out, 1 in action around Logan. Sandman passes too far from Schmitz to Sandman, and now Hanover turns it right back over. Good hands by Colin Shaughnessy to force that one for the Eagles. Here's Eli Brockstrom, a 3, and he gets it. Eli Brockstrom, a third triple in this quarter, his 5th in the game. It is a 2-point lead for Hanover. Braylon Mine at the other end. Hunter Kike for a 3. No, not that one. That would have been a big triple for the Wildcats. Good-looking shot, though, from Hunter. Here comes Axtell. They can tie or take the lead with a 3. Hanover has led this entire way. Final 1:53. Inside, Brandon Schmelsley loses it through the hands of Garrett Martin and out of bounds. I believe we're going to have a check on this one. Oh, no, we've got just a little blood on Cager Cohorse's shoulder here, so we'll get that one checked out. Cohorse will run back to the locker room. Cooper Bruna will check in for Cadrick. Possession will stay underneath the basket for Axtell. Landon Schmitz will inbound. Looks top side to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy, Brockstrom, left wing 3, blocked by Tanner Bruna. Now off and running is Tanner. One-on-one through the lane. No. Couldn't finish the pretty offensive side of it. Now Shaughnessy bounced past the Sandman. Shaughnessy through the lane, and we've got a tie ball game. It's 43-all, and head coach Corey Jimson will be forced to take a timeout. Axtell has come back from 13 down to tie this ball game up at 43-all with 1:28 left to play in the third quarter. It's a timeout, Hanover. We'll take it with them. Final 9 minutes and change upcoming for you after this break here on KNDY FM at 95.5.
If your car says, I need fixed, call on Little Joe's Service in Axtell to fix it right. From routine maintenance to repairs of all types, Joe can serve your needs. Fast, friendly, and down-to-earth service with satisfied customers from all over the area. Turn to Little Joe's 66th Service in Axtell for any automotive repair needs. Proud supporters of the Axtell community, it's Little Joe's Service.
As we end near the end of the high school basketball season, want to give a big thank you to all these school districts that let us come in and broadcast. Hanover has been so gracious over the years. Frankfort, so very gracious with the TVL tournament a couple weeks ago. Places like Washington, Valley Heights, and Centralia, also a big thank you to all the districts that allow us to do this and bring you great high school basketball coverage here on KNDY. Speaking of great coverage, this is going to turn into an all-time classic, 43-all, final 1:20 of this third quarter. Axtell has come from 13 back to tie the ball game. Tanner Bruna, though, says tie no more as he goes right into the chest of Brandon Schmelsley, puts it in for 2. 6 points now for Tanner off the bench. Let's see what answer the Eagles have. Logan Sandman out low, puts it in for 2 as he takes it right back at Tanner Bruna. A big 4 points here for Logan in this quarter after he had to set most of the first due to foul trouble. Hunter Kike for a wild shot inside. Eagles will come out of there with it. Off and running is Landon Schmitz. Now Eli Brockstrom across the timeline. He's had a big quarter by the tune of 11 points. Inside Brandon Schmelsley. Hops gets pumped, puts it up, and the first lead for Axtell comes at the 30-second mark in this third quarter on a Brandon Schmelsley 2-point bucket. At the other end, Cooper Bruna, a 3. No. Board will go out of bounds and will go back to Axtell. Don't go anywhere. This final 8 minutes, again, will be one for the record books. A 13-point deficit erased by the Axtell Eagles as they look to take a 2 or more lead going into half. Eli Brockstrom deep. Halfway down and out. No good. Logan Sandman will be fouled on the putback, but a foul down low will be called. Tanner Bruno will pick up that third personal foul. Eli letting it fly here tonight. That is 12 triples now attempted as head coach Jason Tynan will draw up an out-of-bounds play here with 5.5 on the clock. We'll keep it right here as they take a 30-second timeout. Again, Hanover jumped out to a 20-8 lead in the first quarter. Both teams scored 15 points in the second quarter, but since here on out, it's only been 9 points for Hanover in this third, as Axtell has outscored the Wildcats 24-9 here in the third quarter. And an Axtell offense that averages north of 60 points per game turned it on here. And we've got a barn burner going into the final quarter. Let's see what head coach Jason Tynan has drawn up. Lead by 2, 5.5 on the clock. Underneath their own basket, Landon Schmidt windbound it. Straight line on the left side of the block. Man-to-man defense now for Hanover. We're looking at curl screen to Eli. Gets it in the corner. Now topside Shaughnessy. A three, no. But we're going to go into the quarter break with 0.1 on the shot clock. Nonetheless, it's been a heck of a quarter for both of these teams. Full court pass. Buzzer goes off early. Are we going to replay the final 0.5? Let's see what we're going to do. We're going to retime it here because the buzzer went off early. The buzzer went off just as soon as Cager Cohorse released it. He was looking for a long pass to Braylon Mine down the right side. Now we'll redo it here. Cager will get inbound at full court. Stolen by Smelsley at the buzzer. It's missed on the half-court heave. But again, Hanover has come all the way back from a 13-point deficit to lead us into the final 8 minutes, 47-45 in favor of the Eagles. We'll take a timeout when we come back. The final quarter here on KNDY.
For a Goog time, head to Hanover. Goog's Bar and Grill is the happening place for food, drinks, and fun. Open 4 p.m. until midnight, Monday through Saturday, and the grill is always open late. Check out Mexican nights on Thursday with the best pizza anywhere all the time. Order by the half combo or full size with carryouts available too. Find Googs on Facebook and check out their daily specials as well as special events. Grab your friends, grab your family, or make some new friends. Where everybody knows your name, it's Googs in Hanover.
B&D Buildings of Axtell specializes in post-frame buildings. Give them a call for stud-frame buildings with complete concrete and electrical work included. It's one call to get the job done. B&D Buildings, specializing in post-frame building construction, plus repairs and more. Always free estimates. Give them a call. B&D Buildings of Axtell, 785-294-0147. B&D Buildings at 785-294-0147.
Axtell uses a 24-9 third quarter run to take a 2-point advantage here at the start of the fourth quarter. Hanover has trouble with this one, and it's finally turned over. Eli Broshman, Brandon Schmelsley to Colin Shaughnessy for 2 and put it down. Double digits now for Colin Shaughnessy. He has got 14 points, leading the way, though. Eli Broshman with 19. Colin with the steal to the rim. Goaltend by Cameron Juneman, and a 4-0 run by Colin Shaughnessy and the Eagles to jump out now to a 6-0 lead here in the start of the fourth quarter. Again, these two teams so familiar with themselves. The 17th meeting in 6 years. Axtell has won the last 6, including earlier this season, but it was Hanover that won 6 in a row from 2020 to 2022. In those 2 years, Hanover won a state championship and got second. The last 2 years for Axtell, a fourth and a third place. At the offensive end, Braylon Mine drops it in for his first bucket in the second half. Deep 3 from Eli Brosterman, the feeder in the left corner. Make it a 22-point game for Eli as it's 54-47. Cager Cohorse a deep 3. No. For Brandon Schmelsley. And now a foul 80 feet away from the bucket. will go on Hunter Kiefer. A quick three there by the Hanover side. Hanover went 4 for 9 from the floor in that fourth quarter. Axtell went 10 for 14, only missing 4 from the floor. 54-47. This contest can pretty much close out a regular season title if Axtell wins. Eli Brockstrom, heat check off the front of the rim. No good. Good board. Pulled down there by Garrett Martin. Braylon Mine with it across the timeline. Mine trying to go coast to coast. Now we're going to get a reach-in foul called by the far side referee. That'll be Brandon Schmelsley picking up a second. Halftime adjustments are always a big thing, and defensively, Axtell closed down Braylon Mine. Mine had 14 points at halftime, led all scores. He was scoreless there in the third, while the Hanover offense erupted for 24 points. Cager Cohorse a three. No, not that one. That's 2 good looks from Cohorse. Find the back of the rim, not the bottom. Here's Brandon Schmelsley against Braylon. Right block, has to kick it back out. Cross-court skip past Shaughnessy. Head fakes on a three, now drives left baseline. Kicks it out Eli Brockstrom, and 3 off the rim, no good. But going for the offensive board, it will be a foul on Axtell. Logan Sandman picking up now his 4th personal foul. As that, yes, will be 4 on Sandman. Logan picked up 2 early on in the first quarter. Did a good job to play through it. 6 points now for Logan after leading the Axtell Eagles in points on Tuesday night with a win over Valley Heights with 26. Just to tell you the scoring abilities in this game, Eli Brockstrom leads the way with 22. He only had 7 Tuesday night. Brant Beitman, first action now for the senior inside. He's going to have his pocket picked, and now a 3-second call is actually called on Hanover, as we are going to have another whistle. Technical foul now will be called on Tanner Bruna. So Tanner loses his cool. He picks up a tech, and that'll be number 4 on Tanner. But most importantly, free throws here coming for Axtell. And let's send the man to the line, Eli Brockstrom. He hasn't been there tonight, but 5 triples, 6 triples, at least 1 each quarter for Eli here in this ball game. Free throw, though, will be a miss as he's far off the rim on that one. Still 5:40 left to play. Anyone's ball game, 54-47. Eli back at the line for the second of 2 technicals. Drops down that one. Amazingly, Axtell's only shot 7 free throws here in this ball game. We saw 15 attempted by Axtell the first time and 10 from Hanover when they first squared off. So Tanner will take a seat on the bench after that technical. In will come Cameron Juneman out there for Hanover. Cager Cohorse, Brant Beitman, Garrett Martin, Braylon Mine, and Cameron Juneman. As for Axtell, it'll be Colin Shaughnessy, Eli Brockstrom, Brandon Schmelsley, Wyatt Detweiler, and Dalton Heinen out there in this fourth quarter. Eagles with it out top. Schmelsley guarded by Mine. A little give and go inside, and a hand check foul will be called on Garrett Martin as he went swiping down on the ball. Martin picks up a 3rd personal foul, 3rd here on Hanover. As 2 more will send the Eagles to the line the rest of the way. Backdoor screen taken in by Schmelsley. No shot, but a travel will be called on Brandon. Down low, got a little happy with all the trees in there, turned it over. If you're just joining us, Hanover led by 13 at halftime, but Axtell outscored the Wildcats 24-9 in the 3rd quarter. Pulled on to a 55-47 lead. Here's a take inside by Brant Beitman. Shot will be no good on his first attempt here in the 4th quarter. At the other end, it's going to be Dalton Heinen putting it down for 2. His first points of the game make this a 10-point lead for Axtell. Cager Cohorse a 3. No, he can't buy a bucket tonight, but a foul will be called on Axtell going for the offensive board. Seeing who that foul was going to get called on. That goes on Colin Shaughnessy. Substitution, Hunter Kiekefer will check into the game. Out will go Bikeman. Hanover needs offense. Only 11 points here in the second half. Here's a pass that's tipped and now taken away by Heinen of the Eagles. Back comes Axtell. Eli right across the timeline. Swings the left wing to Brandon. Schmelsley looking to get downhill. Kicks it out. Brocksterman now up top to Shaughnessy. Good closeout by Juniman to stop the sharpshooter. Shaughnessy. Little give and go with Schmelsley. Now to Heinen left side. Little lead pass inside, and that's going to be a charge going the other way as Hunter Kiekefer was placed under Colin Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy's third personal, and it'll go back now to Hanover. 10-point contest here, 4:20 left to play in this fourth quarter. Hanover looking for revenge from earlier in the season. Eagles looking to claim a top spot in Sub-State and the top spot for a league championship. Adrian Cohorst top side will hand it off. Axtell looking for their first regular season championship, so far undefeated in tournament play. Cohorst, who again just can't buy a bucket here in this fourth quarter, so impressed with his passing abilities, but hasn't had the shot here tonight, misses another one. White, that Weiler misses it. The follows his own shot, leads to Brocksterman 3. That one's a miss. Axtell goes 0 for 2 from behind the arc in that possession. Mine thought about a 3. Now kicks it. Juniman, right corner. Top side Cohorst, swing pattern, left wing, Kiekefer. Here's Mine top side. Little screen and roll with Catering. Now it's thrown out of bounds, but saved by Cameron Juniman right in front of the Hanover bench. Juniman puts his head down, gets inside the lane, kicks it out, 3-ball Hunter. No, off the rim, chased down by Kiekefer. Again, inside the lane, through the contact. No, a third opportunity is poked away, and now it's going to go, I believe, over to Axtell, and it will turn over Hanover as Hunter Kiekefer had two opportunities right at the rim. And again, an emotional player just kind of tapped that one all the way out of bounds. And he will be checked out by Cooper Bruna. Substitution 2 is Dalton Heinen. Good minutes for head coach Jason Tynan and as the Eagles takes a seat on the bench. Logan Schmidt back in there. Landon Schmidt, excuse me. Left side, Colin Shaughnessy looking to get downhill. He'll kick it back out, right wing, looking for help up top. Now with Schmelsley. Brocksterman in the corner, hot hand here tonight, already 20-plus in the game. Works his way inside, shot up, no good. It'll come down to Hanover. Hanover off and running. Kadra Cohorst kicks it to Bruna out top. Bruna will slow this one down. Works it out top. Braylon Mine straight on 3. No, off the front of the rim, no good. Shaughnessy comes down with the board. Now a turnover. Axtell back over to Hanover. 2:21 left in this ball game. Just a 10-point advantage for the Eagles. Stay tuned after the game as we'll have the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show brought to you by Bryce Leonard of Washington and Patrick Booty of Marysville. Scores and updates, especially one from this here inside. 2 shots now coming. Braylon Mine. Logan Sandman got the first block, but then Landon Schmitz got the arm of Mine, who will step to the line for 2 free throws. A personal foul, the 5th now on Axtell, so free throws the rest of the way. First one is up and good by Braylon. 5 out there for Hanover. Mine, Cameron Juniman, Cooper Bruna, Kadra Cohorst, and Garrett Martin. For Axtell will be Logan Sandman, Brandon Schmelsley, Eli Brocksterman, Colin Shaughnessy, and Landon Schmidt. Mine cool as a cucumber, drops down both free throws. Now 18 in the game for Braylon. Although Hanover trails 57-49. Logan Sandman out top, looking for some help. Kicks it off to the left wing. Colin Shaughnessy looking to drive downhill. Little floater to Sandman. A lot of contact and through it. for Logan Sandman. 8 points now for the big sophomore down low, as Landon Schmitz will be flagged for a foul in the backcourt, and not a smart foul by Landon Schmitz, as that'll be his fourth personal foul. Free throws upcoming for Braylon Mine, who just went 2 for 2 from the stripe. First one from the righty drops down. Milan on the season leads this team in points per game at 16 a contest. Leads the team in free throw shooting at 70%. 4 for 4, though, in this quarter. That'll bump that one up for Braylon. Right there at his average, or over it now with 20 points. Defense chance cheers from the Hanover side. Top side, Eli Brockman almost has it poked away from Cooper Bruna. Inside, though, Colin Shaughnessy to the line. Right to the front of the rim. Off the feet on the high-low action. And Shaughnessy drops it in for his third bucket here in this quarter. That foul will go on Brant Beichman, who just checked into the ball game. Free throw now finishes off the old-fashioned 3-point play for Colin Shaughnessy. 19 now for Colin. Cadrick Cohorst works his way inside, kicks it right corner. Beichman has to catch it out of bounds quickly around the horn to Mine. Mine straight on three, no good. Cohorst the offensive board. And now a foul will be called on Brandon Schmelsley, reaching in for that ball. Free throws here for Cohorst. Righty puts this one up, drops it down. Second one now here for Cadrick. That personal foul, Brandon Schmelsley, only his second. Free throw for Cadrick. He's good. Hanover now perfect in the fourth quarter, 6 for 6 from the line. Let's see if they have a comeback in them in the final 77 seconds, though. Top side, Detweiler had a three, but now we'll run clock. Inside, Logan Sandman, right block, working, pushing, and a foul will be called on Cameron Juneman, his fourth and 15th foul on Hanover, as Logan Sandman will go to the line for 2 free throws. First one from Logan, puts it up. That one drops down, pure as silk. Hanover here in this fourth quarter has been held to just 8 points. That's after only 9 in the third quarter, as Axtell's defense that only allows 40 points per game really put the clamps on here in the second half. There's a lane violation on the second free throw. Cooper Bruna quickly the other way. And one for Cooper Bruna, right to the front of the rim for the fearless freshman. 8 points now for Cooper, and a 3-point play could change this one. I believe they're going to get that on 35, so that'll be on Eli Brockman. That's only his second. 8-point advantage for Axtell. Free throw is long from Bruna, but offensive board, Cameron Juneman gives another possession, and head coach Corey Jensen wants to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Final 58 seconds left in this contest. When we come back, we'll close out another great boys contest on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week.
You work night and day to get the crop in. You worry about the weather. You worry about prices. You have repairs to deal with at the worst possible times. It's a lot of work and a lot of worry. But when it's all said and done, you wouldn't trade places with anyone. Making things grow is in your blood. It's in ours, too. We're a community ag bank. Citizens State Bank. Marysville, Waterville, and Hanover. Member FDIC.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5, online KNDYradio.com, in the mobile app, or on BVTV Channel 3. Before we sign off tonight, I want to give a big thank you to all our listeners or viewers out there. Without your support, viewership, and listenership, we couldn't do what we love so much, bringing you these great contests here in the Twin Valley League. And as always, a reminder to support those businesses that you heard support this contest here tonight. Always, all year long, remember to shop and support local when you can. Final 58 seconds here. Let's see what head coach Corey Jensen has drawn up. It's a float play to the right corner, and Braylon Mine ends up standing out of bounds for the 5th turnover here by Hanover in this 4th quarter. Now full court pressure and desperation, foul time for the Wildcats. Let's see if they can force a turnover. That's going to be a hard one committed by Braylon Mine. Got every bit of Colin Shaughnessy on that one. Wilson Shaughnessy to the stripe. Colin, only a 6'2", junior guard, has played excellent minutes here the last couple years for head coach Jason Tynan and his squad. Here in this contest, 7 points here in the 4th quarter. Make it 8 to close it out, and a 20-point performance from Colin Shaughnessy. Let's see if he can make it 21. Eli Brockman already setting at 23 on the game. Second free throw is down for Shaughnessy. Clutch free throws from the junior as it's a 10-point advantage for Hannah, for Axtell. Grant Eichmann trouble with it in the corner, gets all the way to the rim, drops it down for 2. So let's see if Hanover can cause a turnover. No, they can. At the other end, Brandon Schmelsley lays it in for an easy bucket. 33 seconds. Braylon Mine a 3. That's short. Offensive board being fought for. Jump ball is the call. Possession arrow back over to Axtell. And head coach Corey Jensen says that is all she wrote. He's going to wave the white flag here for the final 28 seconds. And what a first half it was for the Hanover boys, but what a second half it was for the Axtell Eagles. Hanover led at halftime 36-23 as Colin Shaughnessy drops in another one just for good measure here in the 4th. Colin now with 11 in the 4th quarter to close out this win. Braylon, a wild shot, will close it out, and Axtell stays undefeated in Twin Valley League play with a 69-57 victory over the Hanover Wildcats. We're going to take a timeout. For all you on BVTV Channel 3, we appreciate you tuning in. Again, your final score, 69-57 from Hanover.
Have an accident with your vehicle? Call Moonlight Restoration and they'll take care of you with a free estimate, and they'll turn it into the insurance company for you. You name it, they can do it. Fender benders, auto and tractor restoration, windshield repair or replacement, sandblasting, no job is too large or too small for Moonlight Restoration. If you want quality work done by skilled technicians, call Moonlight Restoration in Axtell, Kansas. Owned and operated by Brett and Nikki Runnebaum. Call 736-2359.
Not everyone can become a Lennox dealer, so you'll be glad to know when you buy a Lennox from Hanover Electric Incorporated, you not only get the best products in the business, you also get a traditional experience in making sure your home is as comfortable as it can be. Because every independent Lennox dealer must pass the Lennox Quality Dealer Standards Program, the toughest test in the industry. And what it means is you get a dealer you could always count on. Lennox, one less thing to worry about.
Don't we all wish it was sunny and 70 degrees outside? Good news, this is the Midwest, and while it probably won't be tomorrow, those days aren't far off, and neither is planting season. Reviewing machinery insurance values before it comes out of the shed is easier than during claim time. We work with several different companies to offer options tailored to your individual operation. Give us a call, and one of our many knowledgeable farm agents would be happy to come out and help.
SBS Insurance, the home team. The answer is yes.
Main Street Market in Hanover is a proud supporter of all Wildcat athletics. Stay up to date on all the new deals, sales, and more by visiting their Facebook page. Stop by and check out everything they have for your next gathering, family event, or game day. When holidays roll around, don't fret. Main Street Market has you covered. Sure to have everything you need to keep the family full and happy. That's the Main Street Market, downtown Hanover, your local hometown grocery store.
It was a second-half comeback for the Axtell Eagles as they outscored Hanover 46-21 in the second half to come away with the 69-57 victory in our boys contest. Max Blasky back with you, closing out our Friday night featured game of the week. Marysville Dental Care game of the week here as boys action closed down with a 69-57 win for the Axtell Eagles. Axtell now 14-1 on the season, 9-0 in league play, while Hanover is 11-5, 7-2 in league play. But more importantly, Axtell now with a 2-game lead over Hanover and Clifton Clyde in the Twin Valley League standings, looking to close out their first regular season Twin Valley League title in school history. They will have contests against Pawnee City, Blue Valley, Frankfort, Centralia, and Clifton Clyde. So not easy teams from the league to close out for Axtell, but it can be done for this team. It was a great boys contest. Real quickly running through the girls contest, we went into overtime tied 35 all, but Hanover scored 8 points, 4 points from Anna Juneman from the free throw line to come away with the 43-38 win as the Axtell girls played a heck of a game, a much improved Axtell team that, again, look out for when next season comes around. But Hanover girls, too much as the back-to-back reigning 1A Division II state champions. They get the win 43-38 in the girls contest. In the boys contest, it was all Hanover in the first half, 21-8 first quarter lead for the Wildcats. Both teams scored 15 in the second. It was 36-23 at half. Hanover had the lead, but it was the 3 balls in the third quarter. Axtell comes out and hits 4 triples in the third quarter, led by Eli Broxterman with 3 of those to outscore Hanover 24-9 in the third quarter. They take the 2-point lead into the fourth and then handle Hanover by 10 in the fourth quarter to pick up a 69-57 victory. Scoring totals, first for Hanover, led by Braylon Mine with 20 points. He had 14 of those in the first half, 8 apiece from Cooper Bruna and Garrett Martin, 7 from Cadra Cohor, 6 from Tanner Bruna, 3 from Hunter T. Kafer, and 2 from Brant Bikeman and Cameron Juneman. Hanover goes on the game 10 for 13 from the line, 15 turnovers in this contest. For Axtell, they were led by Eli Broxterman and Colin Shaughnessy, both with 23 points, 9 apiece for Brandon Schmelsley and Logan Sandman, 3 for Wyatt Duttweiler, and 2 for Dalton Heinen. It doesn't take much, but it takes who gets hot for these Eagles teams. Axtell goes 7 for 13 from the free throw line, and they turn it over 13 times 2 in this contest. Hanover cannot avenge the loss from earlier this season as they pick up a second straight loss to Axtell. This is now 3, 5, 7 straight wins for Axtell, and I'm sure this team will meet up again come sub-state. Well, actually, hopefully not meet up again come sub-state action as the way it's set up this year, hoping the 2 best teams get out of that regional. Again, Logan Falco coming into the night was the 1 seed in the boys sub-state. Axtell was the 2. Beloit St. John sipped in the 3. Hanover the 4 with the top 4 teams getting a bye, but Hanover losing. They'll have to see how Victoria and Lynn did below them tonight. Again, this has been Max Blasky on our Marysville Dental Care Game of the Week. Again, Marysville Dental Care is where Dr. Brittany and Dr. Zach are your number 1 rated dentists in Northeast Kansas. Go to MarysvilleDentalCare.com to book your visit and receive the dental care you deserve. Again, Hanover girls win 43-38. Hanover now 13-2 on the season. Axtell falls to 7-9 on the boys contest. It was Axtell come from behind, 69-57. Axtell now 14-1, while Hanover is 10-5. For KNDY Radio, also big shout out to Blue Valley Technologies letting us broadcast on BV Channel 3 tonight. Stay tuned for the Farm Bureau Insurance Scoreboard Show coming up later this evening, brought to you by Bryce Leonard of Washington and Patrick Moody of Marysville with score updates and recaps twice each hour on Gabe Night. Bruce Deerkin will have that set up right here on FM at 95.5. Our next broadcast will be next Friday, our final regular season game of the year, as it's a Marshall County matchup between Valley Heights and Frankfort from the home of the Mustangs. That game will get started at 6 p.m. with girls action. And, of course, this weekend, don't catch the second installment of the Sunflower Showdown, 1 p.m. tip-off. That's 12:30 pregame here on FM 95.5 with our KU broadcast, and a noon tip-off with pregame over on AM 1570, FM 94.1. Again, Hanover girls get the win over Axtell. Axtell boys get the win over Hanover boys on a Friday night. This has been Max Blasky reporting for KNDY Radio. Everyone, please drive home safe wherever you're going. We'll see you next Friday from the home of the Mustangs. Honey, leave the porch light on. We'll be home here in just a little while. Again, Max Blasker reporting for KNDY Radio. Everyone have a good night, and we will see you next Friday.
KNDY.